Hi, and welcome to Literati Circle. And we're going to give you a lesson today. And I'm calling this Track 1 Unit Lesson. And we're going to cover objectives and attempt to answer some questions. The tree map objectives for Lesson 1 Literati Circle. A, we want to understand conditional subjection. 2, we'd like to look at active and passive voices. And we'd like to see, for C, emotionally heavy tone. And for D, we'd like to figure out mood, rather figurative mood. So before we begin, we want to retell a recent event that we remember that is vivid enough to write about. So the question is, write about an experience you felt inside from a brief encounter of time that captivated a moment in your mind. Be emphatic, retell your story, either in a passive or active voice. I attached this lesson to a poem by Lord Tennyson called The Lady Shalott. And one of the assessment questions is to write a captivating line from the poem and share a quick explanation of the line. Also to look at two conditions that subjects the setting, identify the active or passive voice, identify words that evoke a particular emotion, and locate 5 metaphors that convey something figurative. Before we do that, I want to give an example of active and passive narration. The first is active. In the active voice, the blistering sun with the moving metal enveloped me with its massy being. Outside my insane mind drove me crazy. In addition, the raging sun smelted my eyebrows through the hot glass of my cracked windshield. The passive voice. Although the traffic moved noisy at 70 miles an hour, I couldn't shake the loud motor bikes screaming straight into and through my four-door sedan. I'd like to also explain to you the instruction to understand figurative language, and we do that by seeing how actively words influence our senses. So we identify figurative language either by identifying their sounds, feelings, or things that we need to figure out that reveal a vivid sense of metaphor that is imposed in realism. To subject yourself to focus into the sounds you could hear around you and the sounds you can hear within you, act both literally and figuratively through a sense of a vivid memory, as though you are very conscious to its significance and outcome. The active voice, with a subjection of sounds using metaphor and real language, there is a balance that needs to be attained. For example, quote, I hear loud motorbikes revving their turbine steel engines around me, moving like death monsters as I drove in my gentle calm on the smooth pavement. In the passive voice, the subjection of sounds, is to use similar metaphors and real language. Stuck inside Hell's Angels' troubled wings, I gently drove calmly through the revving turbine engines of death monsters on loud motorbikes. The voice is very important to convey a specific mood and to elaborate insight of a complete thought. So again, the 3 objectives here that I spoke about as guided practice would be A, conditional subjection, B, active and passive voice, C, emotionally heavy tone, and D, figurative mood. And your job is to answer the questions. Write about an experience you felt inside from a brief encounter of time that captivated a moment in your mind. Be emphatic, retell your story, either in a passive or active voice. That would be the assessment of that lesson. try to include two conditions, and try to invoke a balance between figurative and literal language. Thank you. Enjoy.